Hello, Sunday School students, and welcome to Sunday School Online. I'm your teacher for this session, Deaconess Robin Miller, and I come to you by way of the Greater Bethlehem Temple Apostolic Church, located in Cincinnati, Ohio, in the community of Northside, where our pastor is Bishop James Chapman, our First Lady, Lady Robin Chapman, and where we proudly proclaim as a church family, there is a God in Bethlehem, and Jesus is his name. Congratulations! Again, we're on our Unit 2, Acts of Love by Jesus, and this week we start Lesson 9. Our lesson is Jesus gives Peter a fresh start. The lesson text is John chapter 21, verses 15 through 25, and the golden text, our focus verse, is John chapter 21, verse 15. The golden text, as read in the International Children's Bible Version, is when they finished eating, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these? Our aim, what we hope to learn from this lesson, is that Jesus forgives Peter and gives him a fresh start. So, what does it mean to forgive? Forgive means to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. And this is the part of the definition that I want us to concentrate on. Cancel a debt. The Bible tells us in Romans chapter 6 verse 23 that the wages or the reward of sin is death, and that's the reward of all sin. God paid that debt for us by his death on the cross and canceled the requirement of payment from us that we had to pay. Also, a part of our aim is the fresh start for Peter. So, what does fresh mean? It means not previously known or used, new or different. So, we will see that Peter was able to have a new start in his life today. So, what's going on? Last week, we saw Jesus' heart for hurting people as he chose not to avoid people that needed him the most, those that were rejected by others, and those, for instance, those that were sick and those that were considered lower than others in social status. This week, we see that Jesus shows forgiveness to someone who needs it. Sometimes we say and do things that really hurt others. We really want to take back our sinful words or hurtful words and actions, but we cannot. Words are like feathers or seeds that blow in the wind. We may be able to get some of them back, but not all of them. Once they are said, they are out there. In our Bible lesson today, we will learn about a man whose words had deeply hurt Jesus. The person's words made Jesus very sad. You might think that Jesus would never trust that man again. You might think that Jesus would be very careful about being this man's friend. Let's look at what happened to that man who hurt Jesus with his words and his actions. In the days and weeks before Jesus went to the cross, Jesus told the disciples what would happen. He explained that he would be treated unkindly and killed. Jesus assured the men that this was all a part of God's plan. Peter, he confidently declared, Jesus, I will give my life for you. No, Peter, said Jesus, you will say that you never knew me, not once, but 3 times. And that is just what happened. When asked 3 times if Peter was Jesus' friend, Peter answered in anger, I don't know this man. Imagine how guilty Peter must have felt when he realized what he had done. If only he could take back the words that he said. Jesus went to the cross. He suffered and died and was buried in the tomb. Then Jesus came back to life again. After his resurrection, Jesus appeared to the disciples several times. One morning, the disciples came to the shore after a night of fishing and found Jesus cooking breakfast for them. After their meal, Jesus asked Peter the same question 3 times. Peter, do you love me? Jesus asked. Yes, Lord, you know that I do, Peter declared. Feed my lambs, Jesus replied. Now, did Jesus mean for Peter to take care of his sheep? Not at all. Jesus was using a word picture that meant teach the people I love and care for all about me. Then Jesus asked Peter almost the same question a second time. Peter, do you really love me? Yes, Lord, you know that I love you, answered Peter. Take care of my sheep, Jesus said again, as a way of telling Peter to care for God's people. Jesus, a third time, asked Peter, do you love me? This time, Jesus used a word that meant, Peter, are you really my friend? That made Peter sad. Peter must have thought about how he had denied knowing Jesus 3 times. Once again, Jesus replied, feed my sheep. Jesus was trusting Peter with the very important job of continuing to teach and care for people, just as Jesus had done. Why would Jesus trust Peter when Peter had denied knowing Jesus? Let's find out.
Excuse me, hello. Excuse me, hello. You. Excuse me, hello.
Thank you again so much for having joined me for Sunday School Online. It was a blast. Come back again, but don't come alone. Please bring your family, your friends, and your coworkers when we will again look at God's holy word. I leave you with my borrowed saying from Veggie Tales. God made you special and he loved you very much. Please remember to have a great day. Bye.
I remember back when I was low as a rug. Now I'm standing